everybody.
So 10-10-10, October 10th, 2010 is a day that will hopefully live in a good sense and infamy in our city. It was an amazing transformation of this city, an absolute game changer known as CicLAvia. And I know many of the folks that are here, we went through council districts 13, 1, 10, 9, 4, and 14. 10-4, good buddy, and 14. There was no beginning, no end, just 7.5 miles of extraordinary city celebration. And I want to thank the council members, all of us, who took the leap of faith, and the mayor, who helped bring this together based on something that for 2 years we've had constituents, dreamers, idealists, cyclists, walkers, skaters, people who wanted to see their city reborn. And we saw overnight what was possible, not by building a $500 million new park or by having to change a lot of things, but by simply closing down streets and saying, hey, we can all still own these streets, but we don't have to do it in our cars. For 7.5 miles, motorized vehicles were prohibited from East Hollywood to downtown Boyle Heights, Westlake, MacArthur Park, into one long linear park. I had an extraordinary day. I saw many of you out there, many council deputies, city staff, but the one thing that I saw the most was people smiling, looking up at buildings and going, oh my God, I can't believe this is LA. En masse, Angelinos left their cars behind, and thanks to the leadership of our transportation chair, Bill Rosendahl, our great cycling advocates, Ed Reyes and Huizar, Tom LaBonge, who for many years has led CicLAvia. Tom, you can come up here and join us.
Right here.
Okay, he's out here. Good.
You're back.
I'll make sure he's up here. I saw people playing dodgeball, doing yoga. I saw them playing in bands, picnicking. I saw people handing out water, sharing tamales. It was an amazing day. I even heard one couple use CicLAvia to get married, and their first honeymoon was walking the streets of LA.
Very good. Right.
I got a chance to ride the route with a couple of friends, and I'll tell you it was amazing. As I said, a sea of smiles and goodwill. People came together, and folks who came from other parts of the city said, I want this in my neighborhood too. And so part of what this is today is to celebrate, to thank some of the folks who were part of this, to learn some of the early lessons, to come back. Mr. Rosendahl and I are introducing a motion that I hope everybody up here will help us second, to get a report, to look at the costs, and to start raising some money so we can get the sponsorships to continue doing this, to do this multiple times during the year, to take it maybe in smaller forms to other neighborhoods as well, and to spread this message of CicLAvia. It was more than just fun. It was cleaner air, it was better health, it was supporting our small businesses, and the joke that we had was, in year one, I remember when there was just one game of dodgeball, but we began to talk about, but 3 years later, and we would envision what this could become. It was the beginning of something truly revolutionary. With that, I'd like to turn over to Mr. Rosendahl, say some words to my other colleagues, and then we'll hear from some of the folks who analyzed and helped inspire CicLAvia.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I just want to thank you all right now for what your leadership was. You know, we are today talking about bicycles in a very positive way. In fact, Measure R puts millions of dollars into play over the next few years to accelerate bike paths and sharrows and other aspects of it. But when you take 7.5 miles and put the automobile on the side rather than up front, you create a whole new energy. We know wherever one of our farmers markets are, they are a mini event. We have it in Mar Vista. People walk from their homes a half a mile away and walk to that farmer's market. That is a huge, huge sensibility of getting out of the automobile. But to do 7.5 miles, I want to thank Paul Backstrom from my office. Paul, he bicycles all the time, and he takes public transportation all the time, and he just had so much fun there that I can tell you that we're very proud of it and very pleased with it. This is a beginning. 10-10-10 is a wonderful magic number. It was a great moment to start all this, and I see this only getting bigger and better throughout the city and throughout the region. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank my colleagues and the advocates, the folks who never gave up. I remember Joe 10 years ago was working on my staff, and several others who came to work on bike, reorientated the office, as to what could be. Now it's grown into an amazing regional response. It is an economic development tool, folks. Imagine folks coming from other parts of the city and experiencing neighborhoods they've never been in.
Right.
Been able to walk down the streets that essentially they drove by on the freeway. They got off, they walked, they engaged the music, the great variety of foods, the restaurants. This is an economic development opportunity, but it's also about recognizing the great diversity of this city, this metropolis we call Los Angeles. As we move forward, I strongly believe that as other cities worldwide, Guadalajara, on their day when they have a beautiful festival of the books, they shut down from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, open up their major corridors, and they have a festival. They generate resources, people get to know each other, and it happens in a very cyclical fashion. Pardon the pun, but we also know that this is something that we can embrace. I look forward to it, and I thank the pioneers who never gave up, the Bicycle Coalition, and everyone else that's been involved in this effort. Muchas gracias. Great. Thank you.
Councilman Huizar.
Thank you very much. I'll keep it brief, but again, I want to thank the advocates. Incredible. This is an example of where the grassroots, the people, move a project forward and the government follows. I want to thank them for their work, and it shows that there are solutions out there if the people put their minds together to want to get something done. Incredible. And, you know, as my colleague, Councilmember Ed Reyes said, this has been done in other cities. In fact, we're copying other cities. But what better place to do it than in Los Angeles, that's known for its car culture, and that it's known for people saying, we can't get away from our cars. We did it. How many people showed up that day? 100,000 people?
60,000, we're saying.
60,000 people did get away from their cars that day, went to an event without cars, and rode their bicycles, walked, got to know the streets. I was out there at Hollenbach. It was an incredible, incredible sight to see, and I echo the best part for me, which was the smiling faces, a sea of smiling faces. Great job. I look forward to the next one. LA City should do more for bicycle use, and we can do more. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I want to thank my colleagues on the council, and really Joe Linton, who has a very special friend who whispered in his ear one day a very special idea. It's about celebrating the city. That's what CicLAvia is about. The work on the river connects the city all the way from your district, Mr. Zine, right where the Bell, Calabasas Creek come together and form the great Los Angeles River. We connect the city through celebration of cycling. I stand to congratulate everybody on this. Thank you very much. And remember what Mick Jagger said, if you're out at night and you're on your bike, make sure you wear white. Okay.
Thank you. And now we have Joe Linton, who I think we all know is one of the great angels in this city, whether it's on the LA River or whether it's bicycling. We're going to hear from him. We also have Adonia Lugo, Colleen Corcoran, and Stephen Villavaso, who have all been a great part of organizing this. Joe, come on forward.
All right, Joe. Big Joe. Big Joe. Well, I just want to say, first of all, that we invited the DOT and the LAPD to join us up here, and they're really the partners that made this event happen. I really want to thank the city family for coming out and keeping us safe and making the event go really smoothly. I also want to thank the mayor's office and the council for all the work you guys did to sponsor this and make it happen through your districts and working with your constituents. So we're the nonprofit that partnered with the city, but we're super grateful for all the work the city's done. So Bogota, Colombia does 80 miles every Sunday of streets open for people for walking, bicycling, skating, and we heard about that. We want to try it in Los Angeles, and last Sunday we had 60,000 people, young, old, families, young kids bicycling in the middle of Los Angeles, in downtown, in neighborhoods they've never been to. I want to show a really short video. It's about a minute long to give.
Hit it, Kenny.
Hit it, Kenny.
His name's not Kenny, but yeah.
This is a historical day, but we got to do more of it. The city of LA has got to do a whole lot more to support bicycles, skates, and everything else that promotes more pedestrians on the sidewalks and streets. Thank you very much.
we had this more in LA.
I think this is amazing. This could happen like once a month, like once every 6 months or whatever.
I think like every month. I think every month. Every day.
Yeah. So just really quick, we want to talk a little bit about what the goals were and then about what the next steps for future CicLAvia. So definitely we're about promoting alternative transportation. People rode their bikes, walked. They also took the metro in huge numbers to the event. The cars were packed on the trains, so it's really about giving people a chance to try those systems that have never done them before. Promoting health. We had families, we had two people talk about all these smiles. People were getting exercise. They didn't even know they were getting exercise because they were enjoying it so much. So it's about promoting businesses. There were the sidewalk cafes downtown, MacArthur Park were packed, Little Tokyo. So we're excited about bringing that business back into these core areas. And then lastly, it's about public space and bringing Angelinos together, experiencing our city, seeing each other, seeing our space, and just having that civic pride in our city. So the committee met last night. We're really excited to start working on this event for next year. We want to do 4 to 6 next year. We want to start in April with a similar round in Central LA and also move around to other parts of the city. So we're excited to work with the council and with great city departments. And I just want to thank all my colleagues and all of you for supporting a phenomenal event that's really a game changer for Los Angeles. Thank you.
And we look forward to that. Get out to the San Fernando Valley, do CicLAvia maybe, or something. We can get out to the port and the harbor and do something down in Ms. Hahn's district, have a great time.
So you
come
go,
back to Venice on the west side.
Orange line. We'll close the orange line for Sunday, Dennis. We'll go all the way out to your district from North Hollywood.
All right. And with that, we just want to congratulate the organizing committee. We certainly are going to look at multiple occasions next year. We're introducing a motion today. Right. Folks sign on to it so we can have a formal report back from some of the different departments that were involved. But viva CicLAvia.
Viva!
Sherry, here we go, Sherry.
Thank you, Mr. Garcetti. Mr. Alarcon,